Hello everyone. So today we are going to proceed further in our uh, case type, which is onboarding. So last day we completed this exercise where we had to create a data elements in onboarding and benefits enrollment, where we created two properties, remote and office in onboarding case type, and we created an employee data type because employee was not already created, and within employee data type we created six properties: first name, last name, email, contractor, manager, start date. We created dependent data type, and within dependent data type we created a relationship property, which was a picklist property having two options, and then we created a dependents page list in benefits enrollment class, and then at the end we inherited the dependent data type from data party. So that was all about previous video. In this video I will be covering this exercise where we will be setting property values automatically. So in last video I was saying that it means declare expression, but obviously it's not declare expression, it's data transform. And when we set property values declaratively, then that is declare expression, which is the next exercise, setting property values declaratively. And in this exercise we will be using declare expression, but for setting property values automatically, it is data transform. So exercise is that initializing the list of dependents for married or partnered employees. So last day we skipped the scenario, but it is better to at least read about the scenario and your assignment. Actually, like Pega has given the scenario and then two level of help, where they give about what we have to do in this your assignment section, and then there is another help which is detailed step, which is a step by step guide in order to complete this particular assignment. So as far as this scenario goes, it says that as part of benefit enrollment process, employee identifies employees identify their dependents, family members who are to be covered by company sponsored health plan. If an employee is married or partnered, the human resource department wants to automatically add an entry to the list of dependents for the employee covered spouse. Okay, so for employee who is married or partnered, for them we want the dependents list to be automatically initiated. Okay, so let's see what's there in the assignment that we have to achieve. uh, Add a list of dependents to identify dependent step of benefit enrollment case. So I'll just quickly open my case type. This is onboarding, but since this exercise is all about benefits enrollment, so I'll quickly open benefits enrollment, and then add a list of dependents to the identify dependent step of benefits enrollment case. So we have to add a list of dependents to identify dependent step. So this is the identify dependent step. Here we have to add a list of dependents. Uh, in benefits enrollment, we already created this dependents page list property. This is a metadata, and since the option is selected as list of record, So by this we can confirm that this dependence property is a page list property. So we have to use this dependence page list property in this identify dependent step. Allow users to identify the marital status of a new employee during a benefits enrollment case. So we have to allow users to identify the marital status. So we have to identify the marital status of new employee during benefit enrollment case. If the employee is married or partnered, add an entry to the list of dependents for the employee's spouse or partner. To do this, these are the 5 steps that we have to do. First, we have to create a marital status property in benefits enrollment case. Add to the property a list with two values, single or and married or partnered. So we have to create a marital status property in benefits enrollment case type. Then we have to add the marital status property to confirm employee details step of benefits enrollment case life cycle. So let's first do these 2 steps and then we will proceed further. So in the first step, we have to create a property called marital status. In benefits enrollment case, actually the assignment itself gives you how to achieve like these steps. If you read this thoroughly, you will be able to find that what you have to do in this assignment. So we have to create marital status property in benefits enrollment case. So this property will be created in data model of benefit enrollment case type, and the name of the property will be marital status. Uh, Add to the property a list with two values, single and married or partnered. So we will be having two values for this property. The values are already defined. So it resembles that this property is a picklist property with these two options. So I will select the type of property as picklist, and picklist option is local. Add choice. The first choice is single, and the next choice I will just copy this from here, and then submit. Then in the second step, it says that we have to add the marital status property to the confirm employee details step. So this is the confirm employee details step of benefits enrollment case type. So we have to add that marital status property here. So we will click on configure view, and within this view we will be adding our marital status property. So expand this fields option and search for marital status. Yes, we got it here. Click on this plus icon. The marital status property will be added here, and then submit. Uh, we'll just save the case once. Let's check for the third step. Create a data transform named initialize spouse in the benefits enrollment class. Configure the data transform to set the value of the relationship property in the first row of the dependents page list to spouse or partner when the employee selects married partner as marital status. Okay, so we have to create a data transform. The name of the data transform will be initialize spouse. Where this data transform will be created, it will be created in benefits enrollment class. So we have to create a data transform named initialize spouse in benefits enrollment class. Okay, and then we have to configure the data transform in such a way where it will set the value of relationship property. So the value of relationship property in the first row of the dependents page list. So as you remember, as you all remember that we have a dependent data type, and within dependent we have this relationship property, and also in benefits enrollment we have a property called dependence, and this property has this page level property as this relationship property. So we have to initialize the value of relationship property as spouse or partner when the employee selects married or partnered as marital status. So this I have already explained this, but I believe that it will be better if we read further. So in fourth instruction, it says that add the dependents page list to identify dependents step of the benefit enrollment case life cycle. So let's first do this fourth step. So we have to add dependents page list to identify dependents. So this is identify dependent step, and we have to add dependents page list, configure view, fields, and here we have dependents. So the dependents page list has been added to identify dependents step. Save, and then at first I'll try to run benefits enrollment. Let's see how it behaves. So in the first step, the user is asked about the marital status. So if I'm selecting married or partnered, uh, the exercise wants me to initiate to pre-populate the value of relationship property, the first uh, indexed relationship, the first indexed dependence, since uh, this relationship property is under dependence page list. So the first page of dependence page list, we have to initialize the relationship property with spouse or partner. Since here we have to select the property of relationship as spouse or partner, this exercise wants me to pre-populate this. So I'll just close the case, discard it, and I'll follow the step 3. We have to create a data transform. So let's create a data transform. Let's go to App Explorer, and then within data transform, I'll right click, create, and then within label, I'll write initialize spouse. Yeah, initialize spouse in the benefits enrollment class. Okay, this is the first time we are creating a rule. So this is data transform rule. Let's check the context. It is HR apps only. The applies to class is the same class where the benefits enrollment case is created. It is TGB HR apps work benefits enrollment. The rule set looks fine, and also the rule set version. So I'll click on create and open. Uh, Now we have to set the value of relationship property in the first row of dependents page list. So whenever we use this data transform, let's check what are the fields that what are the properties that we have in order to set. So I'll just click on dot, and then whenever we click on dot, we get the properties that is within the same class as the class of the data transform. So we have two properties, dependence property and marital status property. We want to set the value of dependence uh, relationship property within dependent page list only when the marital status only when the marital status is set as married or partnered. So before the set we have to just write a when condition, and then here we will be writing when. Okay, so this does not appear, so better use this when condition builder, expression builder. I'll browse dot when marital status equals to, I'll copy the value of married or partnered from here. uh, Here, submit. Okay, then we want to set the dependence. Since dependence is a page list property, we have to mm, refer this using the uh, using the ordered index. Since we have to set the first row of dependence, we have used this one and then dot relationship, and we have to initialize this with the value of spouse or partner. Copy and paste, or okay, and then save. We can uncheck this. This has a big meaning, like since there is no data transform with the same ID initialized spouse, so better uncheck this. Let's check the warning. It says that we have to create Pega, like a unit test rule. So not required as of now. I'll justify the warning and then I'll save this. Now we have created a data transform, but creation of the data transform is of no use until unless we call it from somewhere. So this is the step where we will be collecting the value of marital status, and then once we are done with once we already have the value of marital status, we can go and pre-populate the value of relationship property which appears in this second step. So we have to call the data transform within the flow action of confirm employee details. So I will click on the process and I will open the process. This is the assignment. So assignment of confirm employee details. So once we capture the value of marital status, then before the case reaches to this identify dependence assignment, we want to populate the value of relationship field. So click on this flow action, or connector, and then here we have this apply data transform, and then here we will be applying this initialize spouse data transform that we created, and then click on submit. So we got this briefcase kind of icon here. It resembles that we have a data transform applied in this connector. I'll save it and then I'll try to run the case again. Only benefits enrollment case. So let's save this onboarding as well. Let's go to this case types, benefits enrollment, save and run. So once we select single, then the relationship property is not auto populated, but I'll try to run the case again. And if we select married or partnered, then uh, as you can see that the relationship property is pre-populated with the value of spouse or partner. So this is what we have to achieve with this assignment. So yes, we are done with this assignment. So and you can follow these detailed steps, but as I said that this is not necessary. If you are reading this very thoroughly, if you read this once or twice, then you will get to know what you have to do. So before reading this, before jumping into the like detailed steps and just doing what it says, try to first go through what's written in your assignment section. Try to break down each and every line, each and every word, and then follow exactly what it says. Then you will get confidence that okay, you are able to achieve, you are able to solve the exercise without the help of detailed steps. So yeah, that's it in this assignment. Now we will proceed with this next assignment, where it says that setting property values declaratively. Exercise is automatically updating the total cost of benefits. Let's first read the scenario. During the benefits enrollment process, employees select a medical insurance plan, dental insurance plan, and vision insurance plan offered by the company. To make affordable choices, employees need to know the combined cost of their selections. To help employees select affordable options, HR wants benefits enrollment case to calculate the total of insurance and display the total during the coverage selection process. So we have to find the total of insurance, the total cost of all the insurance that company is going to offer. This scenario really does not give the detailed picture of what we have to do. So better just read this your assignment. So add a total cost to each of the coverage selection form and the review selection form. Okay. So we have to add total cost, which is a property, to coverage selection form, to each of the coverage selection form. So in benefits enrollment, we have these three coverage selection form, where in first we will be selecting medical, second dental, and then third vision. So in all these fields, we have to add a total cost property. Since we don't have any such property, then we have to create a property named total benefit cost to store decimal data. Okay. Then create a page property for each benefit type to record the employee cost of each insurance plan: medical plan, dental plan, and vision plan. As you can see, the type of property, the page property, since all the page property, if you talk about page or page list, they take the class like for which class you want to create a page or page list property. So it says that we have TGB, HR apps, data, HR plan, but in our application we have not created any such since it says that it is a data class and HR plan, so we don't have any data type which is HR plan. So I will show you what we have to do. And Yeah, so we have to create a data type. The name of the data type will be HR plans, and then we will be having these five properties: ID, type, description, plan name, and employee cost. And then we will be storing uh, these uh, records within the data type itself. So let's first create this HR plan and data type. So in order to achieve this exercise, this was already done by some other developers, and it used to come with the online assignment. But since we are creating it here, we have to do it on our own. So I'll create a data type. The name of data type is HR plan advanced. uh, Identifier will be data HR plan. So it looks okay. Submit. It will have five property. I'll check those five property very quickly. ID, type, description, plan name, and employee cost. So ID, type, description. ID, type, description, plan name, and employee cost. Employee cost will be a decimal property. Submit. So we have created this data type, HR plan data type, but we have to add records for this data type. So in order to add record, we click on this record tab of the data type, and then we will be configuring the local data storage for HR plan. So click on this configure source button, and then it will ask the primary key. This is a bit high level stuff for beginners, but here we have to select which particular property will be served as primary key. So I will check this option for ID, and then I will just rearrange stuff in the right order. These are the properties that is created in data type by Pega itself. So we can't delete or use this property. Uh, while creating this local data source, Pega generates three data page: a single data page, list data page, and then savable data page. Let's change the database as Pega data instead of customer data. So these are high level stuff. We will cover this in very latter section of the project. So let's skip this. Just create the local data source using this configuration. I'll click on submit, and then once you can verify here, we can review that ID will be used as a key, and check this. The name of the database table will be pr underscore tgp underscore hr apps underscore data underscore hr plan. Okay, so you don't have to know all these things. A database table mapping rule is created, report definition is created, and these three data pages have been created. It's not like that you don't have to know, you really have to know all these things that what you are doing. But we will be covering these things in the latter section of the project. So I'll just close this. And yeah, this empty columns are created now. Instead of entering all these details, I have just created CSV. So I will use that CSV to import all the records here in this data type. So I'll click on import and then add or update, choose file, and then we will be choosing this HR plan. This is a CSV file. I'll click on open, next, name. So okay, in CSV the columns was named as ID, employee cost, name, description, and the type. So Pega is able to map the ID, like the column name from CSV to the target field in our data type. But in our data type, we created the name as plan name instead of just name. So I'll select this. So in CSV, we have the column name as name, but in our data type, the column name is plan name. So I use this plan name and then match existing record by ID, always type, always update type, always update. The configuration looks okay, and then hit next and skip running validate rules. Okay, start validation, validate 7 rows and valid row 0. Import 7 records has been added. Really, only 7? Why 7? Okay, because there was only 7 records. So these records has been added. Now the exercise will make more sense to you, to everyone. Sorry. So I'll close this. I will go back. So we have to create a page property for each benefit type to record the employee cost of each insurance. We have to create 3 page property. It says page property and not page list property. The first page property will be medical plan, and the type of page, like applies to class of page, will be TGP HR apps data HR plan. So here in this section, they have mentioned that the data class TGB HR apps data HR plan has already been created by another system architect. This data class contains properties to describe insurance plan, including a property to store the cost paid by employee for coverage, employee cost. So this is the employee cost for individual plans. Like if I have opened this HR plan in records. If the employee selects the plan, selects the medical premium plan, it will cost him or her 147.73. And if they opt for dental advanced, it will cost them 51.51. So since they have to take 3 plans, because they will be selecting medical, one for medical, one for dental, and one for vision. So all the employee cost for all those plans will be added, and then it will be populated in the total employee cost property that we will be creating, total benefit cost property that we will be creating in benefits enrollment class, in benefits enrollment case type. So these two Steps is clear. So first let's uh, create these two things. So total benefit cost data model in benefits enrollment case type data model add field total benefit cost. This will be a decimal property since this will be storing a decimal value, and then submit. Okay, save. And then we have to create page property for each benefit type. So the first page property is medical plan, dental plan, and vision plan. So add field medical medical plan, type of the property. Whenever it says page or page list property, use this embedded data. Select the data object. In this case, it will be HR plan. Since this is page and not page list, keep the option as single record. Check for the advance, and then it only has this ID. Medical plan, it looks okay. Submit and add another. Next, we have dental plan. Dental plan. Embedded data. HR plan. Single record dental plan. Submit another, and then we have vision plan. um, Embedded data, HR plan, single record, submit. So these three page property has been created in benefits enrollment case type. Now we will proceed further with the assignment. So in the third step, it says that create a declare expression for the total benefit cost property to calculate the total benefit cost as the sum of the employee cost for each plan. Hmm. Declare expression for total benefit cost property. Okay, so before doing this, uh, I will suggest that let's add these properties uh, in their respective assignment. Like let's add medical plan property, dental plan property, and vision plan property in their respective uh, assignments. So also we have to add a total benefit cost property to each of the coverage selection form and the review selection form. So first add the page list property. Select medical coverage, configure view, fields, medical plan. Just add this. Don't change any setting. Submit. Dental coverage, configure view, fields, uh, dental plan. Don't change any setting. Vision coverage, vision plan. Okay, then save. Let's try to run the case. Save and run. New, test this. Data transform, it is working. So we have this medical plan. If we enter that it is 10 rupees for medical plan, it is 20 rupees for dental plan, and 30 rupees for vision plan. Then in the review selection, then the total benefit cost will be 10 plus 20 plus 30, which is equals to 60. and this will be populated here. Advance this case. So we have to configure. uh, I will run the case once again to demonstrate where the values are residing. So for this medical plan, if we enter 10 rupees, then in the value, this 10 is inside, like the medical plan page. So if we want to capture this amount, then we have to use the page property dot the employee cost. So this 10 will be saved in medical plan dot employee cost. This 20 will be saved in within this dental plan page property. So we can use this 20, not we can get the value of this employee cost using dental plan dot employee cost, and then vision plan, this value we can get from vision plan dot employee cost. So we have to create a declare expression for total benefit cost property to calculate total benefit cost as the sum of the employee cost for each plan. For each plan, we have to sum the employee cost. So we have to write declare expression. We'll go to App Explorer. Let's search for the property. The App Explorer is stale, so I'll refresh this first. Property, total benefit cost, and then click on right click, define expression, declare expression record configuration, yeah, and then leave the page context as blank, create an open, then here set total benefit cost value of 3 employee cost defined in their plan, like 3 employee cost for each plan. So first one was medical plan, so dot medical plan dot employee cost plus dot dental plan dot employee cost plus dot vision plan dot employee cost, and save. Let's review the warning. We have to write a test case which is not required as a required. I am terrible with spelling and typing as well, no doubt. So we have created this declare expression. Now we have to add this total benefit cost property. Add the total benefit cost property to the following 4 assignments in the benefit enrollment case life cycle. So we have to add total benefit cost in all these 4 assignments. So just click here, configure view, fields, total benefit cost, calculated read only, submit, configure view, fields, total benefit cost, vision, configure view, fields, total benefit cost, and in review selection form, fields, total benefit cost. Save and run. So we are done with the assignment. Let's test that how it behaves. Married, partnered, the relationship property is pre-populated. Submit. Let's enter the employee cost as 10. So the moment I'll click on the moment I'll give the value of medical plan dot employee cost, uh, the total benefit cost value changes since it is doing this declaratively, which means in runtime. So whenever any of these properties, total benefit cost, general specification. Okay, we have to check the declare expression, benefit enrollment, data model, not in data model decision, declare expression, total benefit cost. Whenever any one of these three properties changes, whenever the value of any one of these three properties changes, then the total benefit cost is reevaluated. So when we gave the value as 10, then medical plan dot employee cost changed, and so our total benefit cost. I'll click on submit and enter 20, and it changed again 30. We have to click it somewhere outside this, in this area, because until unless it will not identify that we are done with entering value for employee cost of vision plan. So we are done with that, and since the value of vision plan dot employee cost changed from nothing to 30, so our total benefit cost is reevaluated and it is 60. Submit. The total benefit cost is 60. Should be better if we just, instead of showing the value in right hand side, it shows just below total benefit cost. So we can achieve that by going to the property, general, px number, and we do it from here. Let's check that whether we have anything. Mm, okay, we don't have px number. Let's check the UI settings. It uses this px number Pega gadget. Px number control is in Pega gadget, and text alignment is right. But since this is a final rule and this control has been written by Pega itself, so we cannot modify it from here. But we can do that by going to the section and then changing the presentation of the property. Let's do that. Go to this app explorer. Let's search for the section where we want to change. These are the sections which automatically got created when we configure view for our steps. So let's change it for medical coverage. We have this total benefit cost, presentation, text alignment left, save, medical coverage plan done, select. dental coverage, edit, presentation, text alignment left, submit, save, vision coverage, presentation left, submit, and then in review selections, you only have this property left, submit, and save. We have saved all the sections. Let's close all the section rule. Let's close these two cases as well. HR plan, close this. Benefits enrollment, save and run. Married, partnered. Yeah, so now they are appearing in the left side just below total benefit cost. Now it feels like okay that we are changing the value of total benefit cost. Earlier, I don't know, like it was looking weird that we are changing the value, but it was showing it here. Click on submit. The benefits enrollment case got resolved completed, and our assignment setting property values declaratively using declare expression is now completed. So yeah, this was a big exercise. Exercise was big because we had to create a HR plan data type. We had to then create the local data storage for HR plan. So local data storage earlier it was called as data. It was called as data table before Pega 7.2. I don't know, like earlier in version 5 or 6, they used to call it data table instead of local data storage. So we had to create the local data storage for HR plan, and then we created a page property for medical plan, dental plan, and vision plan. We created total benefit cost decimal property, and then we created the declare expression and wrote the declare expression to capture the value of employee cost for each plans that we have created. So yeah, that's how we have achieved this, the setting of property values using declare expression. So we are done with this exercise. So I will pause the video here only. So we completed these two assignments. In next video, we will be completing uh, the next assignment, which is passing data to another case, which means data propagation. So since we have employee data in onboarding case type, and we will be passing that employee data from onboarding case type to benefits enrollment case type. So we will achieve this in our next video. Till then, keep learning, keep just trying to keep just creating more and more cases and do more exercises and create projects, more projects. Okay, so thanks for watching. Thank you everyone, and see you in the next video. Bye bye. Peace. I don't know why I'm not able to just make that sound again. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, peace. Bye bye.